Hey guys, I'm Roy LaChapelle and welcome to this episode of Hidden Gems. I am back in Grimsby, Ontario, here downtown at today's scented hidden gem, Forrest Harbour. Established in September 2020, this soy candle business began burning up the scene. Owned and operated by a badass businesswoman, not only does she have one location, she has two. One is on Locke Street South in Hamilton, the other is right here in one of the oldest buildings in Grimsby. I am here with the woman of the hour and the owner of Forrest Harbour, Dekota. Dekota, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for being here.
Let's get right into it. So how did Forrest Harbour get started?
Yeah, so I was actually staying at home with Forrest. At the time he was 1 year old, that's my oldest son, and I was pregnant with Harbour, who is now almost 3. And I wanted to do a little bit more than just be a mom. As much as I love being a mom in my spare time when they went to bed, I was like, what could I do? So I started researching ideas, and as someone who loves candles, it really spoke to me, and I started making my own candles. I started in my apartment down on Locke Street in Hamilton, and I worked my way up to having an office, and then now I have 2 stores.
Given all the scents and smells going on here, what is your most popular scent and maybe some unique scents of candles?
So the most popular is the Beach Bum scent. We sell out
and that's right over here?
Yes, so it is a scent of, it's called Bum Bum Cream from Sephora by Sol de Janeiro, and people go crazy for it. I also came out with a 90s line a couple years ago, so it's Dunkaroo, Fruit Loops, cream soda, grape pop, double bubble.
And that was at the beginning, you said,
right? That was at the beginning, yeah, and people went crazy for it. As of recently, I just came out with some city scents. So we have right now Grimsby, Beamsville, Vineland, and Hamilton, and they're doing very well. People are coming in and grabbing them as gifts, especially for people that don't live in Grimsby anymore, that moved away, and it's just a little bit of a sentimental gift. So when I think of Grimsby, I think of the water, and I also think of I know there's not a lot of wineries around here, like in Grimsby, but I do think of the wineries being so close by. So I came up with a water scent and a pear Riesling scent. Vineland is a complete scent of just wine, and the Hamilton one, I think of the falls out in Hamilton, because that's what they're known for, is the waterfalls. So it's a water scent as well.
So I noticed on your website that you mentioned candle care.
Yeah.
So why don't you walk us through maybe start to finish process of making the candles all the way up to taking care of your candles and what that means?
Yeah, so basically the candle starts from scratch. So I warm up my giant pot and throw my wax in there. It heats to a certain temperature. I pour it into a pour pot. And once that reaches a certain temperature, I put my fragrance in, give it a mix, wait for another temperature, and then pour it into the jar. Once that is all hardened, I give it a good smooth down with a dryer, and I label it myself, and I do all the labeling at home as well and create my own labels.
Wow.
And for the candle care, basically you want to make sure that you're not burning your candle for more than 2 hours, and what is recommended is taking your lid and putting it out instead of blowing it out. It just helps keep it cleaner and prevents tunneling. So now that it is out, you should take your wick trimmer and either do it before you burn it next time or after, and just give it a trim. And that way, when you light your candle next time, the flame isn't going crazy and all over the place. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot. I just blow out the candle,
right?
Leave the lid off and walk away, right?
Yeah, you don't realize how much actually goes into it. But I was the same way until I started making candles too.
Yeah. You offer an alternative to candles, and those are wax warmers.
Yes.
So I don't really know what those are. Could you tell us a little bit about them, and maybe if they offer that safety aspect aside from candles?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't like to burn candles because you're lighting something on fire in your house. Sometimes you forget about them, and it is a safety issue. So for the people that don't necessarily love the idea of a candle, you can have a wax warmer. So it's just a little cube that goes into the warmer. And what's great about the warmers that we sell is they're silicone based, and that's not something you see all the time at all. So it just pops out here, and it just pops out the warmer when it, or the wax melt when it gets hard, and you don't have to scrape it, and it's a very low heat setting, so
Okay.
a lot of people do prefer that. You know, especially if you have kids and you don't want them to come around a flame, and they're a really great alternative to a candle.
Or if you forget, did I
Yes,
blow out the candle or not when you
exactly.
left the house?
And that's a good point. So this one you can turn off and on, and even if you do leave it on, it's so warm. I don't recommend leaving it on, but it's very warm. That it can be left on. And with the bigger warmers, it has a self-timer on it as well.
So we've been talking a lot about candles and wax warmers, but as we are walking through the store, I notice you have so much more, from clothing to candy to bracelets, earrings, charms, necklaces, even some food items.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about everything in this store.
Yeah, so there is 109 small businesses inside the store. 99% of it's handmade, and it's all local Canadian small businesses. So everyone kind of rents their own shelf space. They come drop off their product and we sell it for them, which is super exciting.
Why Grimsby?
So I have basically lived in Grimsby for the last 28 years. I've moved off and on, but I've found my way back living here permanently. The support of this town is absolutely amazing, and my dream has always been to have a store in Grimsby since I was a little kid. I actually used to shop in the store that used to be here for my mom every year. So the community is so great here, and I absolutely love it. It was a no-brainer knowing that Grimsby would be my first store. I also host markets in the park just over behind Food Basics. So it's basically like this, but outside there's food trucks. It's all different vendors. We might have maybe 2 of the same vendors that are in the store, but it's all new vendors. Food trucks, like I said, we have characters for kids to come, just to make it a really fun day for families to kind of get out and, you know, do something a little different.
In her stores, you can find candles with scents that I didn't even know were possible, such as blueberry lemon donut, double bubble, Sour Patch Kids, gummy bears, freshly baked bread, and my favorite, Dunkaroos. She's got it all. Well, there you go, folks. This is Forrest Harbour in Grimsby. Don't forget to swing by, say hi to Dekota, and check out this sensational store. I'll tag their socials to this video so you can go check them out yourself. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Hidden Gems. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below with your own hidden gem that you'd like me to uncover. We'll see you next time.